Hey everybody, I've been saving this for a little while, but we'll go ahead and talk about it today because we're running out of time. I have a broody hen, as you can see here. She's been sitting on eggs for 20 days, which means tomorrow she'll be hatching eggs. Um, this is my chicken coop. It's nothing fancy, but it's very practical. There's plenty of space for the chickens, plenty of space for me to get inside of here and work. Um, It's actually used to be a lean-to on my barn, and I just closed it in with pallets. So it was very cheap to build. But I will caution you, if you try to build with pallets, it may be cheap, but it's very labor intensive. Um, so one of the things that I want to talk to you today about is letting chickens raise chicks versus having an incubation system. Uh, it Having an incubation system is great. You know, that's if that's something you want to do. I don't personally. I think that we're already too reliant on technology and. A little bit spooked there. Alright. So she'll finish up. And she just laid an egg.
She's laying. Yeah. I think she's trying to hatch some too. She's been sitting.
She's laying an egg.
No, Dad, she's moving.
She's not. She's laying an egg.
Oh, okay. You gonna cut
just pause it.
You can't pause it.
Stop the video.
You can cut this out.
Stop the video. Pick back up. Left off. We had one of my chickens going into protection mode and was just sounding the alarm that something was going on in here. She just got nervous with us being in here. So I left off talking about letting chickens naturally raise chicks versus having an incubation system. An incubation system is real easy. You know, it does everything for you. You just put the fertilized eggs in there, and it will turn the eggs periodically to keep the temperature at just the right setting. So the success rate of hatching an egg is very high. But the downside, and this is what people don't talk about, the downside is that raising chicks is not as fun and glorious and easy as everybody thinks it is. Raising chicks is kind of a pain. I mean, you have to continuously clean out the area that they're in that gets nasty. You have to provide heat if it's cold. You have to continuously feed them and water them, which you're going to have to do that anyways, even if they're not in there. But it's not that easy. And if you have them, some people will put them in their house in a box or something like that. Well, it don't take long and it starts to get a funky smell. So just think about that. I would rather let the mama hen take care of her chicks. I would rather let her be the one that keeps them warm. I would rather let her be the one that will show them how to forage for food and just protect them. She'll be a great protector. So that's something to think about if you're considering getting chickens. Now, this setup I have here is it's definitely a lot of things going on here, more than what it seems. Normally, this piece right here would be a door that would go up, but since she went broody, I had to come up with a system to to isolate her from the rest of the chickens. And so what I did is, you can see back there, I put some oh, she's getting kind of angry. So you got to be careful. If you get too close to her, she'll peck you. But you can see back there behind her, there's some pieces of wood. Those are pieces of wood I just stuck in there. Because what'll happen is, occasionally she will get up from the nest. She will go try to get a little bite to eat, get some water. And one of the other chickens might say, okay, that nest is free, I'm going to get on there and lay an egg. Well, that messes everything up. You can't let that happen, because she's liable to get confused, and she won't come back she might go to another nest box and not even know which egg she was laying on. On top of that, the other chickens may be getting antsy, and they start pecking at her, and they'll want her to get up and make room for them so they can get in there and lay, and it just causes a big mess. And again, this is probably why a lot of people don't let their hens go broody and try to raise chickens that way. But me personally, I think it's a wonderful thing to watch. I think it's a wonderful thing. It's one of the joys of keeping chickens, is to see them raise their own, and see them take care of their own. So I kind of have a dilemma here with this setup, is the baby chicks are coming. So what I'm gonna do today, in preparation of the baby chicks coming, I'm gonna put a border around this, so as the baby chicks hatch, they don't fall off of here. The hope is that they'll just hang out here until I can get to all the eggs hatched tomorrow, because it can take hours and hours and hours for all of them to hatch. My hope is that if they do get out of the box, and I'm sure they will, they won't fall off of here onto the ground, and they'll be close to her, because she's going to need to be able to keep them warm and take care of them. So that's what I'm going to be working on this morning. Stop it right now. All right, picking up where we left off, talking about putting a safety thing up here to keep these baby chicks, a safety barrier to keep these baby chicks from falling off, because they'll be hatching tomorrow. So I'm just making it out of 2x4s, and as you can see here, I've already cut 2 pieces, and it don't have to be perfect. We're not doing fine construction. This is just something basic. We just need it to work. So the simplest thing to do is to cut your 2 end pieces, and I've already cut these and measured them. The 16, that one's 16. I think this one's 15, because it's not quite square. This door is not. So once I do that, the easiest thing next to do is to take your measurement this way. So about 39.5. So I'll cut another 2x4 to go here, be 39.5. And I'll fasten them together, probably with a nail or a screw, and I'll stick it back up here. Alright, so as you can see, we got our barrier made. It's just made out of 2x4s. Real simple construction. And I suggest using screws, because screws are always easy to drill back out if you decide to take this apart later. But I'm just going to set it up here like this. And that'll fit pretty nicely. The main thing here is just to keep these baby chicks, as they're hatching tomorrow, from falling out of this box and causing panic, because I'm not gonna be able to come out here and wait all day as they're coming out. So we'll just do this with it, see how it goes. Hopefully everything will go well, and we'll have about 5 or 6 new baby chicks come tomorrow. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and say some prayers tonight for the baby chicks that are coming. And one other thing to think about is you're thinking about considering getting chickens and which route you're going to go reproducing. In today's times, there's a lot of turmoil. We don't know what the future holds. And to me, I look at the chickens as not only as a hobby, as something I enjoy messing with, but it's an insurance policy for me and my family. If we have a problem and food becomes scarce, well, we have something we can fall back on. If we have a problem and the economy gets worse than what it already is, or we have issues with that, I can use chickens for bartering. So there's all kinds of things to think about. And the other thing is, say worst case scenario, say you have an extended power outage. You have an extended power outage. Well, your power generated incubation system is not going to take care of those baby chicks and the eggs. They're not going to be there. So that's when you need to have a process in place for where a broody hen can hatch the eggs for you, and your chicken business can keep right on going. So that's just some things to think about. Please remember to like and subscribe this page. I have a lot more ideas and videos that I'd like to share with y'all. Ooh, I'm hearing a baby chick right now. Did you hear that?
I hear it.
There's a baby chick. I can hear a baby chick chirping right now. And so one of them may have already hatched, or is getting ready to hatch.
I think one of them's hatching. We may, in a few seconds, actually see a baby chick.
So my calculations may have been off just a little bit, because I'm hearing a baby, and we may be hearing it through the egg. Maybe she's trying to get out of the egg, but we definitely have a.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah, we have one trying to hatch right now.
She's sitting up some.
Back up some now. Don't scare her.
I think there's some under there. Sounded like several. Didn't you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's how many it is. It could be, at least sounds more than one.
Come on, get up. Dad, I think she's trying to get up.
She's making room for them as they're hatching.
I think we should sit here a little while longer.
Yeah, I think it would probably be good to.
You think we should just set the phone down?
No, I will. While she's trying to hatch those babies.
Oh.
I'll go over a couple more things in the coop. As you can see behind here or back in here, there's those are roosting bars, and chickens when they go to sleep at night, they do not like to be sitting on something. They like to be perched on something. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel comfortable. It makes them feel less stressed, which is very important if you're raising chickens. It's something to really think about if you're thinking about building a coop. You really need to have some type of roosting perch for them set up. I have 2 in there, and the idea of having 2 is important too, because some chickens just don't get along with each other, and if you got 2 separate roosts, it gives them a chance to sort it out, and where they can find a spot that they're comfortable with. Come on, Mama. I hear you down. I hear them down there.
Come on. That's several. I heard several different chirps.
I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this nesting material up here in anticipation of them coming. This is just shredded paper. It makes really good nesting material if you got access to it. And that's just to cushion their fall if they get ready to fall out of that box. As they're born, they'll be able to walk, but of course they'll be leave him alone. Get a picture of him. There's a skink in here, and I want to make sure he stays in here because he'll keep the spiders in check in my shelter. Let Mother Nature take care of things for you, and then just less stress and worry on you. I don't know how much longer this process is going to take, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop the video for now. What do you think?
I mean, I really don't know. I mean, it does sound like, and it does sound like they're already hatched, except for like maybe 1 or 2, and she keeps sitting up. And
well, she's protecting them. She may not get up until we leave.
I'm just looking.
We're doing a video, buddy.
Oh,
sorry. It's one of my other children, but so what we're going to do is we're going to stop this for right now. We're going to come back out here and check later. But if you'll notice down in the comments of this video, I'll put a link to the next video that'll have the baby chicks on it. So keep our fingers crossed and say a little prayer. Everything goes well with these. And then you'll see a picture or some video of some baby chicks in a little while. We'll see you soon.